Obviously, we all know what he meant. He was gonna call me a nigger. What they hired me for versus what they actually wanted were two different things. NDAs are gone, contracts are gone. Finally talk about why my time at Power was so limited and so short. Let me start by taking my accountability on what I think was the first initial thing of why it was short. I had big shoes to fill, like Dolphin Dom, Ward Andrew. It was very obvious and very clear that they ran the team. And when they left, all of that innovation and stuff kind of went with it. There was not really a way for me as a solo developer to fill their skills because I'm not them. Two, I thought person that was in charge of me seems like a genuine person, right? You would get that vibe of them being a genuine person. Complete asshole. Trying to work for somebody who really is always down your throat in like a, not even a good way. It's just like a, I don't know. It's one of those micromanaged type of bosses where you don't really let me cook a little bit. Like, dang, I'm over here trying to innovate for you guys while doing it. And some teams don't want you to innovate. Some teams just want you to do the simple thing that's going to make A, B work to C. That's it. And that's why I had a real hard time there, was because they were looking for a number and not necessarily a creator who wanted to innovate. Three, that was the buggiest time in Fortnite. I'm taking that as an excuse. Absolutely. During that time, it was the transition right before UEFN came out, but a lot of us had access to UEFN early where we can go in there and learn it a little bit. The dev community is so cliquey where it's hard to kind of get that learning process in. Event binding had that bug where anytime you would type something in, it would revert after a certain amount of time. But then all these things that connected, it would revert. Do it again, turn off the game, turn the game off, reset the application, it would reset all the mechanics as well. So I joined that at the worst time where it looked like my skills did not match what I said or what I could do. The entry process 100% showed that I can do builds and mechanics and better than everyone else who even applied for that. They were not that good. I think 4, this is a personal excuse to me, but I know it doesn't really apply. It shouldn't have, but I lost my dad the year before and I was still trying to process that grief. And to me, that affected me more than I allowed myself to during work. I would say 5, I've never been on a PC, never had a PC in my life. When I signed on, I got a signing bonus with a fully decked out computer, and I did not even know how to use that bitch. I'm gonna be so real. I didn't even know how to Control Alt Delete. Like I did, but like that wasn't something I thought of. It was like there was so many things of learning a PC that I just wasn't really too aware of. Like now I get it now. Like I know how to use a PC, but beforehand I was a PC virgin at that point. You know what? It was weird to me that they expected me to be able to know it when I said, hey, no experience on PC. I got there off of my Xbox. They expected me just to pick it all up and just learn it all in one second. Not feasible. I enjoyed the other part of the team. So like the people who do the content, I love that part of the team. Lachlan, his part, Lucifer, all of them, Laserbeam, that part, I have no issues with them. Upper management, I love how they run their team. There's a big difference between both parts of Power, so I don't really want to come after that part. I find it weird how weird the creative side is compared to the other parts. You have a little bit more management on the creative side if they don't already fix that. The biggest thing, like obviously all of those things, I was very underprepared and stuff like that. But to me, the biggest thing that really made it like put into my mind that I'm like, no, I'm good on Power. They end up hiring this new coder. You can tell he's just one of those nerds who just genuinely thinks he knows everything. They were actively trying to find a replacement for me while also kind of like acting like they weren't doing that. Communicate to let me know like, hey, we only need you for this much longer, and then you can go back to creating. It was a very specific moment where we were creating, and what's his name, like Power Jason or something. He was like, if this was a Modern Warfare 2 lobby, you know exactly what I would call you. And at that moment, I was just like, what? Crazy part is even management was quiet. Mr. Relatable was quiet. That's his friend. Everybody that was there was just quiet. Like, what you mean by that? Obviously, we all know what he meant. He was gonna call me a nigga. Let's keep it so real. And so for me, it was like, I experienced racism on a big team. Maybe they find this video and they wanna, say whatever, we have conversations, whatever. I talked to the HR. HR I don't think did shit. They didn't reach out to me. Lachlan's the main person. I think he didn't reach out to me and say, oh, my bad, you didn't experience that. That's not what we represent. Never got any of that. I think that is just kind of allowed there. Like, that's just it's kind of okay. Like, hey, we got him out of the team. Hoorah, whatever. What am I supposed to do as the only black person sitting in there? That comment comes out. And then, I laughed it off and said, yeah, those lobbies. Oh, what a lobby. It was so obvious that I was uncomfortable. And again, nobody ever really acknowledged that. And the crazy part is, boss, I'm pretty sure fired me right after that. Like after that happened, after that was said, we got into a separate call and was like, hey, I don't think this is working out anymore. And we're kind of not disagreeing. And again, I was just like, you're an asshole anyways. One, you allowed this to happen. Two, you guys are running a team that could be number one, but just settles for a trend. So it's like, I don't know if I would even get anywhere being on that team. If they didn't fire me, I was going to quit. It was going to be short-lived after that moment. But again, from me not having too much experience, them kind of pushing me and saying, oh, you guys, like, I need to have these certain limitations. I was like, no, that wasn't feasible for me to stay on that team.